Actually, for the COVID-19, we have received very early instructions because of our trading route. We are running from China to India. So we're passing, actually transiting Singapore and Port Klang, Malaysia as a transit port. When the pandemic started in China itself, we already had all the comply with all the practice on the ship. Even Singapore or even Malaysia or India, they do not have any practice yet, but our companies have started for providing all the gloves, the face mask, or even the N95 type of mask to wear on. We do take temperature daily, twice a day, before we have our daily meetings in the morning, and another one before the dinner, which was 1600. We try to make it a common area, which is on the bridge, because the bridge will be manned at all times. You see, everyone, regardless of rank and far, even the captain, have to come to take the temperature, and the officer of the watch, the duty officer, have to write down by itself. So it's became our vessel own standard of procedure instead of complying with the company or even from the local authority. So we actually bring up the practice even higher than the local one. Other than that, we count the masks. We have a weekly, every Friday, we had an inventory of our face masks. So I think we always have a minimum 2,000 face masks on board the vessel, because without the face mask, we cannot work. At this time crisis, it's not the goggle or the safety helmet is the priority. Now it's the face mask, and we even spray the office each time we're sailing, departure from a vessel, from a port. We try to sanitize the whole ship, wherever the pilot came from the pilot boat, from the pilot ladder to the elevator to the bridge, or even vice versa when he went down. So the whole passage, wherever third party came on a ship, we try to spray with all the sanitizer. So that is what we practice every port of departure. It's quite tiring actually, because nobody wanted to do extra jobs with the same pay, you see. Firstly, we have to accept, with or without the COVID, crew change have to be there. So I hope it's not an excuse that certain parties thinking that because of COVID, the crew change have to be delayed, because this crew change, it actually involved with the psychology and the emotional of a crew. Because these humans, it can be a human incident or accident, and it can create maybe death on board the vessel, some because of psychology, you see. I hope things will not go until that extent. I hope the maritime industry, the leaders, can really take their consideration very seriously in terms of the emotional and the psychology for the crew, because some of the crew itself, you can imagine, they actually really wanted to commit their life for their whole life in this career. And I hope not because of this COVID, the crew change make discourage themselves that they might give up, you see. Maybe they're thinking, oh, for the next 20 years, I wanted to become a chief engineer, or I want to become a captain. But because of COVID, they might thinking, oh, why not I just became a car workshop repairman, finish, that's all. I just quit sailing, quit career at sea. And it might become a very negative impact for the next recruitment, you see. I hope in the future there is some mandatory requirement for applies that for all vessel regardless of flags, which means I hope this message the IMO will take into consideration. You know why? Because if without the written regulation from the higher authority, I believe a lot of companies, they're reluctant to take any responsibility. They'll say, oh, okay, since there's no regulation, we are just try to delay until there are some written, then we will go for it. So this will be my message for all of them, whoever are watching this video.